Welcome everybody to the nail shop. This is Jonathan,
and Kasara.
bringing you another episode of our podcast.
This is, I guess you could call this like the COVID edition, because we just got text messages that we have to what?
Be locked down.
Again?
Yep. Came across the phone.
Like it was an Amber Alert.
Yeah.
It was all in my ear.
Like, stay your ass inside.
That's how I felt. That's how I interpreted that text message. I didn't appreciate it. I mean, I understand, but I mean, you messing with people's well-beings and stuff. I told you I seen a video in California just this week of them having the police coming to evict people. And it's like, come on, man. How you gonna tell people to leave their houses and they doing all of this weird stuff? So
They had to kick them out before they had to stay locked in the house.
that was rude. That was, I don't know. They did some weird times, man. But on a different.
Hey, these landlords are thirsty because remember last time we got locked down?
I got a text message. What was that raggedy text message that made me cuss them people out? I went off on them people. That went off on them. Your rent is due on. It was like the 14th. Like we had just got locked down. Your rent due on the 1st. We give you until the 6th as a courtesy. We want our money. Like, oh, I'm sorry, ma'am, sir, people, calm down. You gonna get this money. But what you're not going to do is tell me about somebody I just gave you 13 days ago. Okay?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, these landlords, because remember all the tenants that decided they wasn't going to pay nothing?
Oh, no, I was paying money.
I know I'm just saying. There was a lot of people who wasn't.
Yeah, man.
What they need to do is rig the system like that one dude you showed me that just got so big he couldn't get out of his house.
No, oh, no.
He rigged the system because even if you a victim, they had to tear down a wall.
So you just gonna tear your property up.
And he still had to lose weight to get through the wall. Which means, at that point, like I told you, they should have just signed over the deed to him. Like, it's his house now. Like...
Wait, okay. I guess you don't forget the videos I be showing you. I be watching weird stuff on Facebook. Like, I done got super into hoarders. But I like it because it's the one on Facebook. They just do, like, they get to the point. They cut out all the nonsensory, the emotional stuff. Like, just get to the point. In the paternity shows, like, they do like 10 minutes, 15 minutes at tops. They just get to the point, like, I never felt myself watching myself pre-COVID. But now it's just like,
You need your daily drama from somewhere.
Yeah. Especially because now my shows usually don't come on to the end of the year. Like not the ones that I'm like extremely committed to. Oh, except for Schitt's Creek. Oh my God. I binge watched that 6-season freaking show in about a month. And it was like 89 episodes, I think it was. Like, I was committed.
You was.
I didn't. Anytime I had any time to watch something, I was just like, "Oh no, it's Schitt's Creek! Like, this is my show." And it's so bad that I want to go back and rewatch it. It's not bad; it's so good. I want to go back and rewatch it. Like, I feel like Mara is my aunt. David
I love how technically, like, I had it on my list way before you.
You should have watched it.
I watched a piece of one episode.
Yo, bad.
Because I was like, "Oh well." She ain't gonna want to watch this, so I gotta like watch it at hiding. And then you popped up one day on season 3.
See, that's your problem. You be judging me, like you.
No. Because if I suggest it, you automatically veto it.
See, this is my thing. If it comes on and it catches my attention, like immediately, and I'm drawn in, and I like the characters, like, you got me. Just stop telling me that you're gonna put on some corny shit and just put the corny shit on. Like, for instance, you know what I watched in between of watching Schitt's Creek?
No idea.
The interview. I love the interview.
I mean, I know you do.
Like, I laugh hysterically. Like, and it's like the most... Kids don't watch it. Grown-ups watch it. But I love that movie. But again, you also thought I wouldn't watch that movie either. You judged me.
Yeah. Cause when I put out stuff like that, you'd be like, What is this? Fill in the adjective and stuff.
Several adjectives.
Yeah.
Have nothing to do with the other. Well, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that's your bad.
Like, I be putting on similar movies with the exact same people.
No, but it's the people. But it's the no. It has to do with the characters. I be drawn in with the characters. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what you remind me of sometimes? When I was in high school, I had this like friend of me, right?
oh,
And it was so funny because I remember when Busy Bone had came out with his solo album, and he had that When Thugs Cry song. And you know, I bought it because I was a huge Bone Thugs fan, and him and his homie was all like, "When thugs cry," he just kept making fun of me, like what kind of stupid stuff is that? Like 2 months later, these dudes are playing the hell out of this song, and then trying to put me on game about it. And I was like, "Dog, I've been on that." And they're like, "You have?" Because they just assumed I was lame. And they're like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Actually, when I tried to get you to listen to it, you completely made fun of me and told me to get the hell out of your face."
So you comparing me to your frenemy? You married your frenemy?
Only when it comes to stuff I suggest.
Stop it. What? You know what? We just started this podcast. And you starting with me. Like, I'm gonna give up. You know what? See, this is my do I tear into his ass pause or not? Like, y'all.
You wanna know what that pause really is?
What?
I don't hear no denials in that pause.
I don't see.
So you might tear into me, but you ain't gonna deny that it's true.
See, what? That is actually like a really good way to go into my next topic. Actually, you butthole. Okay. Because just like I can't deny this. Listen to this crap, y'all. Okay. So my husband tells me one day, listen to this man getting a caller coming in. I want y'all to listen. So I listened. I didn't want to listen, but I listened. It was on. You won't believe what it's on. I'm gonna tell you what it's on after I play it. So listen in.
I honestly want a six-figure guy. Is what I'm realizing.
And ma'am, and that's my point. You ladies all feel like, listen, you ladies all feel like you're the exception to the rule. And then when someone like myself comes along and gives you a dose of reality, instead of just accepting it, it's like, yeah, but I'm special. You don't know any men on this level that are not your father, that aren't related to you. That means you don't know these men. You don't know where to go get them. You don't know what they want. But you're still saying, pick me. They don't want mid-30-year-old baby mamas. I'm trying to be polite, man, but they don't want those.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did you hear what I said?
That's a good call. That man said, did you hear what I said? I mean, this, okay, so I don't know who this man is. I've never listened to his show.
Yeah.
Have you?
I haven't. I knew of him, but I've never listened to his stuff.
Okay.
But I knew of him.
Okay.
But like I've never gone into it.
Okay. Let me see if it has like any description of his name. Do you know his name?
I forget his name, but I know he's like a relationship expert type of person. Like, you know, people call into his show all the time.
Okay.
And like it's like a lot of this, what I forget the colors, either blue pill or red pill, whatever that type of dude is that is like negative. That knows.
Oh, his name is Kevin Samuel.
I didn't know his last name. I just knew it was Kevin something.
Kevin, I had to go and get it. Kevin Samuels. Okay, y'all. So I don't listen to this guy. My husband was just like, "Have you heard this man talking to this woman?" And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about, no." So he sends me over the little link, and I'm like taking care of some business. Well, I'm trying to take care of some business, like mind you, like I'm like got a million things going on in my head. I just put the AirPods in because I'm like, okay, it's a YouTube little click. I really don't want to stare at these people. I like to listen. I prefer to listen, so I'm listening. And as I'm going and doing my stuff and I'm listening, this man put a pause in me so many times.
I knew it would.
Like, I was just like, okay, obviously I ain't hearing this shit right. Like, okay, because she sounded like she was not. I understand he was saying that she was defensive, like getting all defensive, but she didn't have a defensive tone. He had more of a defensive tone to me than she did, right? Like he was perturbed, like he was pissed. It was issue with him. Okay?
Yeah.
Like, how dare you? You know, like
you hit her with the Rocco Hippo.
Yeah, that's right, because that's how I took it. Like, and she's sitting here, so that's what made me go and be like, hold on, I gotta go look. Let me look. So I see it's like, okay, no, this isn't just a phone call. This lady is on a screen as she's talking to this man. And so it's kind of like a Zoom thing going on, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, so she said, so I'm like, I didn't stop what I didn't do. Because I'm like, okay, I'm watching this, I'm hearing this, let me see.
Right.
I didn't want to see, but
I knew you would like it.
I want to see.
Well, not like it, but I knew you'd be.
Right, because had that had been me, I mean, see, you know what? I always hate that I had that had been me thing because I had an experience where it was me and I didn't do shit I said I was gonna do. Okay, like I've had that experience. Okay, more than once. So it's not that had been. It wouldn't have been me. Okay, because it's like she said she was a long time listener.
Right.
So you know the type of content he puts out.
And apparently video is optional.
Okay.
You could just do a call in.
Okay, so you chose to get on this camera. All right. And obviously a lot of details were explained because we only be positive, okay? So see, it's obvious she's a single woman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's looking for a man, but she got standards.
Yeah.
I ain't got nothing wrong with no chick with no standards. I love it. I had standards. I had some high ass standards.
Right.
Okay. And but I wasn't particular about the numbers per se in your bank account, but can you produce a certain type of number? Because what people don't understand is when you go on an interview and they're asking you about your work ethic and things of that nature and your work history, they're trying to find out how you can produce for that company.
Right.
Okay. They don't hire people because they're just like, oh, I'm generous and I just want people to work for me. No. It's because you bring in a value
that's going to help generate revenue.
That's going to help generate revenue, period. Okay? So, it's like everybody got a certain amount of worth. Okay? That's why when you have like certain claims, and I love you, the brat, but don't get mad at me. Like the brat when she slapped old girl in the face with the bottle at the club and she was a supermodel. Okay? She was able to prove she had a certain worth within her work ethic, the job she can get within her work history. She was, you know what I'm saying? And by her getting slapped in the face and the bottle and get her face slashed up, you made her worth go down.
All right, in quick defense of the brat.
Okay.
Who was my first childhood love before Kelly Rowland ever was.
Okay.
In Chicago.
Oh, God.
I don't care if you're a female or a dude, if you get all too boisterous or uppity in a club, you might get slapped with a bottle. Like that is not the first time I've ever heard of that. You know, I've had family members who've been slapped with bottles. One has a huge scar on his face. You know, and in Chicago, it don't matter about your worth because once you got ignorant with me, your worth became the back end of this bottle.
Okay.
So the cultural difference is for the brat, that was an even exchange.
No.
You traded your beauty for the back end of this bottle.
Okay, but was that bottle from Chicago? Did she know those standards?
See, and that's where my problem comes in because she's
It
been in
doesn't
Atlanta
bother
long
with
enough.
Atlanta right now.
She been in
Or
Atlanta long enough where she should know. But
No,
again,
you can't have both.
I'm just saying, like, I hear a lot about Atlanta people getting turned up and fighting in clubs too. So
Maybe because I'm just not a fighter. I got some stuff to lose.
Cause you notice nobody got mad at the brat when she did it.
I did. She hurt my damn feelings for doing that stuff.
Okay, you notice most people didn't get mad at the brat when that happened. Like it was like one of those. Well, what did she do? Like what did she do to deserve the brat getting out of her body like that?
Nah, man. Like you didn't say that. You didn't say that when Solange was whooping Jay-Z ass in the damn elevator.
First of all, that's gonna be the last time I ever hear you compare her to the brat. Under any circumstance.
No. So it's okay for the brat to slap somebody with a bottle in the club, but Solange whooping ass on her brother-in-law, and we know why he did it now, why she did it, because he was cheating with Becky with the good hair, okay? So, Beyonce couldn't have did that because she would have been looking crazy. That's why she didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Her dress was just in the way. That's all she seen was that dress. Let me move this real quick so I don't want nobody to say I got involved. Nothing touch nobody. That's between her and him. Okay?
See, that's because just like Beyonce, if the brat leave a scar on your face, technically your value should go up because now you can market yourself as having like a brat Beyonce. Like think about it. If Beyonce slapped somebody, you telling me the person who got slapped wouldn't go on social media immediately and start like marketing their face and being like, oh, the face that Beyonce slapped. I got Beyonce.
You know what? I think there was something like that. Like Beyonce got licked and then she slapped shut the bitch, but she had to talk it down disclosure. It was an artist. Like, not an artist, but like a famous person.
Yeah.
But so she couldn't talk about it because
she's
she
gonna
would make some money.
Right.
Exactly.
So my point is, she's obviously not a good model because she could have marketed that and made even more money. So in reality, Brad did her a favor and she don't know how to make no real money.
That's trauma. Don't tell nobody that they should make money off their trauma. That's wrong. No, that's trauma. And I don't even want to, I ain't defending it. That's trauma. That's trauma. First of all, I watched on the Real Housewives of Potomac. I done got into that, Lord Jesus. Only because I needed to. So I had to binge watch that because I don't like to go into watching anybody's Real Housewives. Like if I'm just starting them off, because I'm late to starting all of them off. I gotta go back so I can have my own judgment. I need to know who these people are, what they've been through.
So go back to season 1,
yes,
so that you understand like why people act the way they act.
Yeah, thank you.
Look at you behavior analyzing people.
You know, stop it. Stop. So, in the Real Housewives of Potomac, you got this girl named Candace. She's been on for 2 seasons. But she's one of these girls who talks all of that stuff. Okay, which I'm assuming that's what the model did. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then you have Monique Samuels, who's been, I forget her husband. He was a football player. Some Samuels. Maryland. I don't know.
Talking about the basketball player?
No, football. This one's football.
Oh, okay.
Okay, because there's a football player wife and then an ex-wife that's a basketball player.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's Juan Dixon and Robin Dixon.
Yeah.
Okay, but Monique Samuels, I forget her husband. Oh, Chris Samuels. That's his name. Chris Samuels.
Oh, okay. I think he was like a lineman or something.
He was something big. I don't know. And the only reason why I remember
huge guy?
Huh?
Like super huge guy?
Yeah.
I think he was a lineman.
I got a deep voice. Country bumpkin. Anyways, so Monique, not Monique. Candace, ever since she's been on the show since her first season, she's one of those girls who talk behind your back, talk about your man, talk about you trying to have a kid, talking about how much money you got. Just talk. Okay? So this season, Monique got mad and slapped the shit out of her ass. All right? But it turned into a whole little tussle only because the other girls jumped in. So Monique was like, doo-doo-doo, gave her the little 1-2s, okay, turned around, tried to kill her ass. Well, that's what she said. I was like, she literally said that was hilarious. So Monique wasn't on the rest of the show like that, for the rest of the season like that, because Candace was so afraid for her life. But she really just got like an old school
She got beat up.
Right.
Yeah.
She just got checked. She got embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I don't want to downplay, because maybe that was the first time she ever got embarrassed. You know, or beat up, or whatever.
Yeah.
So, it makes me think, like, okay, like, at what point do you get to talk shit to somebody and make them feel like they have to defend themselves? And once they go overboard, technically, like, now all of a sudden you the victim. You know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
let me ask you this, because like you said, like where's the line at, right?
right.
So, not naming any names, but I could say we know people who have been known throughout their younger life to be so vicious with their words that they like make people want to go ruin their own life. And they used to brag about how vicious they were with their words and how their words can hurt more than your fist.
I cannot believe she didn't get her ass whooped.
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe it.
So, my question is, if you are the type, because a lot of these women on this show are like that, where they brag about how they can say whatever they want and ain't no one going to do nothing to them.
Mm-hmm.
At what point, if ever, because some people think it's never, but at what point do you think, just as a black woman, not speaking for all black women, but as a black woman,
okay,
your person, what's the line between like your words being so much more vicious than hands that eventually you need to get the hands? Like when we was kids, the line used to be like a mama joke. But now that women would talk about your mama in the very first insult.
Yeah, and then it used to be kids. Well, it's supposed to be kids, and people talk about these kids. It's like, damn, that's wrong. You supposed to talk about these kids, man. I don't know. I have no idea.
See, this is why in Chicago we kind of got rules to this.
But, okay, you gotta have universal rules. Because my thing is, do you think it was okay for that man that we was just listening to? Do you think it was okay for his tone? Like when he said, you need to listen?
Two views on that.
Okay.
The first one is, like, based on everything that I looked into about the situation.
But the listeners haven't listened to.
I know,
but
I can't just say like if
vacuum.
Vacuum.
That means we gotta
hold on. No, I'm
it.
not talking about further. I'm talking about before.
Okay.
So like, I mean, yeah, vacuum. Mm-hmm. Just like if I walked into a room and saw a dude talking to a woman like that,
mid conversation,
I would be like, damn. Like, but at the same time, it's like,
with no precursor.
She like ain't nobody getting aggressive.
He did get a little aggressive.
No, I'm talking like, don't nobody seem like they're about to attack each other.
Okay.
Like it's still verbal. Like she's holding her own because she's in the argument. And I've learned, again, maybe it's different in Chicago, I've learned you don't get involved in people arguments because then they'll both turn on you. Like, as long as she ain't getting hands put, and even then, I've seen some people get hands put on them.
And you still don't say nothing.
And when you try to help, they gonna attack you.
That happened to me in my first apartment that I moved in with Javion. Like, I had pulled up, and right where I usually always pull up at, and I watched this man, like this woman was running around trying to get her ass beat. And she kept saying, no. And I was sitting here, and my son was in the back, and I'm like, what do I do? And if I would have been on the phone with you, you probably would have like, don't do shit. And I would have known, like, leave that woman alone. And they both stopped. It was like, bitch. I was like, oh. How do I get my ass whooped?
Right, and see, when I was younger, right, I used to be on the block with like my sister and everything, and we saw a woman getting completely demolished by this dude, and his homie was just like basically standing over to the side on his phone, ignoring it, and I turned like, what the hell? And my sister immediately grabs me and says, "Hey, that ain't your business." You know what I'm saying? But my sister knew the streets way better than me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I went off her word.
Okay.
But I've also seen women who go out of their way. Like, I've had females come up to me and be like, hey, watch this, watch this, watch this. And then they do something, and then they dude come out of nowhere and punch them, and then walk away. And then they start talking trash. Like, yeah, that ain't nothing. You ain't nothing. And I'm like, oh, that's foreplay for y'all. Like, I'm glad I ain't got no relationship like that.
Okay, so next subject, that's like more barbershop talk. We don't talk about these kind of things on this episode. On this
Yeah,
show.
so that's what I'm saying. In a vacuum, if I saw that, I would be like, okay, do I need to call the cops? Like, is he putting hands on her? And, you know, but going into, like, just looking at what happened before that is, like you said, she's a fan.
So he knew. She
knows how he talks.
Right.
She, you know, she turned on the camera on her own. Like, that's not a mandatory thing for his call-ins.
Okay.
It's like she had to ask permission to be like, let's make this a video type of thing.
Okay.
And the initial comment, and I think we heard part of it, was she wants to know how to pull a six-figure dude. So that's her only qualification for a man, is that he must be six figures. And her rationale is she makes six figures. Because, you know, she's a business owner. She owns pet grooming.
Right. Yeah.
So, but that was her only qualification for a dude. Okay. I want a dude who makes six figures.
Okay.
Which to me is the reason I wouldn't have said nothing, because it's a communication gap. It'd be like if a guy called into a woman advice person and said, "How do I get a girl with triple D's and a fat ass?"
Okay.
And that's the only qualification. She could be stupid. Okay. She don't have to have an education.
Okay.
I gave you no other qualifiers outside of I want triple D's and the fattest ass I can get.
Okay.
And if she lit into him, people would be like, well, yeah, he asked a very ignorant question.
Okay.
But to a man, if all you care about is his bank account, that's the same thing to us. That's a real ignorant question. You know?
Okay, but we've talked about that on this show, right? We've talked about women don't do what?
They don't date down.
They don't date down.
Right.
Men know that. Okay? So, it's not like she's like, I want a guy with six figures and she works at the Dollar Tree. Ain't nothing wrong with working at the Dollar Tree. I may say that a lot, but that's because I shop there a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So, the fact that she asked, you know, like, what do I need to do to pull the guy with, you know, for the six figures, and she's in that range. I didn't understand the aggressive tone.
I think it was because his initial comment wasn't aggressive, and then when she was like, okay, I hear you, but he seems, just from the little I've seen of him since watching this, he don't like people talking back to him. So he seems like one of those type of dudes, which I'm not saying is good, because I probably would have had beef with him if he said something to me. You know, because I'd be like, hey, man, watch your tone. You know. So I get his tone was completely messed up, but that's kind of his shtick.
Be asshole. Kind of like that hot dog place.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like on Steve Wilkos, where he just keeps pulling the chair away from you until you prove that you're not a scumbag.
Okay. Well, again, that's all. I don't know him like that. But
yeah, I had to look into it. Like,
okay, because you guys, when I tell you when I first watched this, like, I wanted to call in and cuss out my I mean, because after listening to the whole thing, and I'm like, we're not gonna play the whole thing. I don't know how that works for YouTube. I'm like, he wasn't right. That's all I can say about it. Was like, he wasn't right. Okay, like he wasn't like, and he wasn't right in the tone that he gave.
Right, but you're not saying his
information.
Right.
Again, let me say it again. he wasn't right with his tone. He could have been a little nicer to this woman, okay? Especially because it's COVID. Like, everybody going through some shit. And I mean, I'm the last person to be like sugarcoated for somebody. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, during these times with so much going on, like, and if you're really out here trying to, like, what is he, like a love doctor or something?
He's a dating advice giver guy, guru type guy.
Okay, so bam. There we go right there. If he fucking was really, like, trying to give this woman some advice instead of trying to insult her, like, especially during these times, you would think, like, you would try to give her some ideas of trying to network with these type of people, okay? People lonely as hell right now during COVID. You know what I'm saying? You got to figure out where them 6-figure people was at, all right? 6-figure people, more than likely, ain't going to be all up on social media. They ain't got time for all of that stuff. That get handled for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but with businesses and things getting shut down, and one thing I am noticing, the people who do got it, what they doing? Vacationing. Maybe this is your time to go out and go get you a vacation, man. Go get you a little Stella House or cruise back. But when you go, you can't just be up there being cheap about it. Go splurge on yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I had that one lady who was working for me, and she was going on a cruise with her homegirls, and they wanted to meet some nice dudes, and I told them, like, well, see, that's your problem.
Right.
You ain't gonna meet no single dudes on a cruise.
No, you're not.
Because the only dudes that go cruising are guys in relationships or married. Like, that, that's the only reason they go. Like, so, in general, not saying that there aren't outliers. So, but, and I don't know how much of it we're going to be able to play, just,
Yeah.
But I saw a lot of people tripping about the fact he kept calling her average looking. But he kept calling her average looking because she rated herself average looking.
Right.
Like, he didn't judge her and say, you're average looking.
He was like, ma'am, you said you're average looking at best. He didn't say, you don't look past the 4. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He had her rate herself.
And she said, I'm a 5.
So, again, as an advice person, you got all this money. Instead of telling her, oh, you average at best. You only rated yourself average at best. Ma'am, I understand you're trying to find somebody within 6 figures, okay? But you got to understand the type of people that you're looking for, they attract a certain type of confidence, ma'am. I think maybe you should go, and please don't take this offensively, maybe you should seek some therapy or something. Because, first of all, I done seen men with busted women who got mad money. You know what I'm saying?
He acknowledged that, though.
Oh, wait a minute. When did he acknowledge that?
He said that typically that those women got with that dude before he was super rich.
Right. Okay. Typically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not saying there's not outliers.
There you go.
Right. And she's trying to be an outlier.
So if you're trying to be an outlier, then there's just certain type of things that you got to go over and beyond to outlier yourself. Okay. You got to fix yourself within. All right. Because if you already got this little money, you need to get that little Stella have her group. Do you dress like, you know what I'm saying, like a good woman that you ain't got, you know what I'm saying? Do you, I know you like,
yeah,
my body. Hold on for a second, because she was like, oh, well, my body. Well, your body can be one thing, but don't no man want the woman that dress like a stripper or the nanny. He wants the in-between.
Right.
You know
That's what I'm saying. Like, her dress up looked like an old church lady.
You see
like,
what I'm
she
saying?
had, like, the long, like Granny from Beverly Hillbillies bow on her neck. And...
Right. You know, like, what age group are you looking in? Because a 6-figure 20-year-old is way different from a 6-figure 30-year-old, way different from a 6-figure 40-year-old, way different from a 6-figure 50-year-old.
Sounded like she wanted someone in their 40s because she had said that she doesn't understand why guys in their 40s, like, go for younger women because they don't want older dudes.
I can tell you right now. Because they're fun. Older men get with younger women because they gonna have their asses doing some shit. I'm not saying that that's necessarily what they want, but that's what keeps them young.
Do you know what the underlying factor of that is?
What?
And see, that's why I say it comes with the communication thing.
Okay.
Is like the underlying fact, because I like to try to go to the base level.
Mm-hmm.
You see all these older guys with money go after these young girls, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they say all these younger girls just want this guy because he got money, and the guy might know that, but he don't care that they don't got money.
No.
You see what I'm saying? It's like, and that was kind of his. And he even said that, and I've heard other people say it. Men with money don't care if you broke.
But it's also for freaking women. Older women with money, but damn sure don't want you to have no damn job, no career, no nothing, because you are not spending time with them. They want you to spend time and attention and make it about them. I know it. I know it for a fact.
Well, see,
okay?
for every Oprah you get who got a Stedman living in the back house on call.
But okay, go ahead.
You got even on these like shows where some of these women got their own money.
Yes.
Like the doctor
That's
show.
what I'm talking about.
Like,
yes.
Like they may not care that if they man makes as much as them.
Mm-hmm.
But if that dude was just sitting at home with the kids all day waiting to give her
I'm
loving.
talking about the ones that he's talking about, that big age difference with the old man and the younger woman. I'm talking about that flip.
Yeah.
How you was saying the older man doesn't care if that younger woman has some money.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
An older woman, if it's that much, if it's a 20-year age gap between that older woman and that younger man, she gives no fuck about him having no job.
Right.
That's my point.
But does she take him seriously?
No!
Here's the problem. The man with the money and the broke chick,
yeah,
he takes her seriously. Ooh. That's the difference. Women, when they look at the age dynamic, they look at it as a fling and a fun thing.
Talk to me.
That older dude is like, no, it's going to be my wife.
Okay.
But the reason is because he don't care that she got money. It's not about money. I'm not saying for men it ain't about money, just like I'm not saying for women it's not about money.
Right.
But if you in the top 10% of an earning bracket, and they're not going to be paying any of your bills anyway, and you know you're going to have to, every man knows that he's going to have to spend money on his woman.
Period.
No matter how rich. Stedman better have a nest egg because Oprah expect gifts.
And she gets some good ones.
Right. She gets Oprah-sized gifts, which means he needs enough money to give Oprah-sized gifts.
Exactly. Yes.
So does that mean that Oprah's going to get with some dude with no money income just because he might be packing and he young and fun?
No. But they also in that same age group, babe.
Because she don't take that seriously.
Right. Because
again,
right. Exactly.
The man will take the younger woman seriously because all he's looking at is,
do you take care of me?
Okay, you fine. You gonna handle whatever his specific need is.
Right.
Whether it's he's one of these old school cooking and cleaning, or he's one of these handle my social media and marketing.
Or
whatever.
Just have fun with me and be available.
Yeah, whatever his specific, like, here's where I need you to fit in. As long as she handles that, he's gonna take her seriously because it's not about money for him.
No, it's not.
Because if he cared about money, like,
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
That's like the Nene Leakes.
Yeah.
Okay, because it was an older, big age difference, and he took her completely serious.
Right.
My other show, Real Housewives of Potomac, Ashley Darby and Michael Darby, big age difference. He takes her serious, even though he be doing some cheating, but he takes her serious. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But one thing I did notice was that thing that you talked about. The dynamic changed. Okay, so they went in with kind of like an open relationship as long as it was consensual amongst them. And after she had got pregnant and after she had the baby, she didn't want that for her life. So that's how he had got caught up cheating. And she had to kind of let it be known, like, well, this is like we've allowed people in our bedrooms before. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like, ooh, but I didn't know about this time, so it did make me feel some type of way because she wants to back up from it.
Right.
Because she's a mom. Totally understandable. But he's like, that's not what I married you for. So I understand what you mean. As long I don't care what age you are, how much money you make, as long as you look good to me and you fulfill my needs of that, we're fine. And
see, that's another thing I've heard in rebuttals is women saying, like, well, what's this 1 to 10 scale anyway? Like, who's the judge? And it's like, whatever your personal scale is.
Right.
Like, there's women who thought Flavor Flav is cute, and there's people who think he looked like a troll. There's people who think Jay-Z looks distinguished, and some people who still call him Joe Camel. You know what I'm saying? So it's whatever because I've heard women be like, women don't care about looks. It's like,
yes, we do.
You say that.
That's why we got ugly cute. We wouldn't have ugly cute if we cared about
Right.
it. Like, come on, man. Like,
right.
every woman know what an ugly cute. Men probably be like, what the fuck is that? Ugly cute. Nah, women know what ugly cute is.
That's my point. Men, we don't have ugly cute.
I know y'all don't. Yeah, y'all don't. Cause it's weird stuff that'll make you like be like, he is stuff. But you know what? I like the way he rubs his eyes. Damn, he cute.
Right.
What kind of cologne he wears? Damn, that make him even finer. So, he done did what? So, yeah,
right.
Ugly cute.
So, men, we don't have ugly cute, but what we do have is like, that's just what I like. So,
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you'll see a man who'll date like a skinny girl, a tall girl, a short girl, and they're all different races.
Yeah.
Nothing like, there's not one thing that looks the same, but then you'll have some that's like, I see you got an issue because all your girls look like Tommy. Like how all his girls was redhead from Power.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, or look like his mama.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you got an issue, Tommy.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, everybody else might think she ugly, but he's like...
To him, a redhead.
You know, it's like whatever feature he's really into, like, oh, she got dope eyes. Or, oh, I love her eyes. Or, you know, just whatever. Mm-hmm. You know, that visually attracts him. That's going to be his thing.
And that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, I'm not saying what he was saying was wrong. It was his approach. He could have been like, how we coming out this? We ain't no damn relationship advice people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he sounded like he was irritated. Like, hold up. Like, let me play a couple more seconds of that. Hold up.
Well, the other irritation was probably because she was getting this for free.
Oh, does he charge?
A lot of money. Like, that's how he's a dating expert. Like, people...
This was pro bono?
That was free. Because she did it on the show.
Okay, now that I know that, y'all, we gonna unpause this cause now I'm processing a little different. Give me a little second, y'all. Give me a little second.
Go ahead.
From my point of view, I feel like I get what you're saying. They do have better options, but also those better options are younger girls. Those younger girls don't necessarily 20-year-olds are not necessarily attracted to 45-year-olds.
Lie.
Bullshit. I'm 51 and I can't beat them off with a stick. That's another one of you lies.
Yeah, that's a lie.
No, younger women are attracted to older men. What
Big
are you
time.
talking about?
So can you see me?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So do you feel like a woman like me?
Uh-huh. What would you rank yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? You cannot use 7.
I don't know why he's...
Would I rate myself?
Just your face.
My face, when I wake up, 5, but when I put myself together, 6.
Okay. And how tall are you?
5'5".
Dress size.
I'm sorry?
Your dress size.
A 3.
Okay. So that makes you, if you give yourself a 5, that's average.
Yes.
So average looking women tend not to get high earning men. They tend to get average men.
So,
Did you, stop right there. Stop right there. Stop right there. Breathe and digest. You're 35 years old and you can look around and see the world. You don't tend to see higher earning men with average looking women. Off rip. If you do see them, they got their average looking woman when they were both really young and he built his way up. But a man earning the kind of money you're talking about does not go for an average looking woman.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Again, y'all, I didn't say he was wrong. His tone is just...
Yeah. So, let's bring this back to the nail setting, right?
Okay.
So, he's a dude who charges thousands to consult with him about your love life.
Yep.
But he's willing to do it for free for the half hour or whatever he has you...
On that segment part. Okay.
Yeah. Now, as a nail tech, if you know you do nails and you could do like some of them like $500 nails, and you giving someone a free set of $500 nails, and then they give you any type of back talk or attitude.
Well, I can tell you, not even know. Like, that's why I said, now that I know that background, I was like, let me re-listen, because I instantly was like, business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because, like, it's one thing to do something because, like, you purely enjoy it, right? Like, and I'm not saying he doesn't love what he does, right? But when this is a source of income for you, it's a different type of how dare you tone you will get.
Yeah.
You will, okay? Because you came to me. I didn't go to you.
Right.
Or somebody referred you to me, okay? And not only that, I let it be known that I didn't want to do this in the first place. I've had this happen just this year, okay?
Yeah.
And when
and she called in on an off day, like.
Right, that's not that. Yeah. That was right, exactly. And so it's letting me know that you're overstepping my content for the day. This isn't what I do. I've been there, but it's in my job description. This just isn't the time frame that I do it at. So I'm gonna bend some things for you, no problem. But if a damn show better be worth my fucking time, okay? So I'm understanding where, because at this point, if you really needed this relationship advice that bad, you should have had that man. And you should be talking about the things you need to be doing to keep that man. Keep it spicy, okay? Because if he is who he is and he charges, you needed to have been listening to all the previous content that he done put out.
Right.
Because he's giving it.
And she says she does.
And because she says those are the outliers. So it's like, I'm listening to everything. So, black folks, I'm going to put y'all out there a little bit because I'm a part of y'all. We got this problem with, we feel like when we get asked a question that you playing with our emotions, we get a little emotional, like, and then we try to cool ourselves off. That's why he was like, you know what, go ahead. You know, because at that moment, he was cussing her out in his head.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you can tell.
I know. Because at the end of the day, it's his profession. So he had to watch his tone. But that's as nice as he could possibly get.
Right.
So, I'm going to give that man a pass. I gave him a pass already, but he going to get like an Uber.
Yeah, cause I seen like tattoo artists who are like, yo, who wants to come get a free tattoo today? And then someone make requests like, no, this is the tattoo you're getting.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like he's like, okay, you called in the day after you're supposed to call in.
Right.
From what I found out looking into it.
Right.
Like,
Me too.
So she called in the day after and wanted to do it on video. Which means he has to get all set up for it.
Right. And it was free.
Yeah.
So free video.
And every time he said so, she was like...
But
and it was funny because his precursor was, see, women say this, but then the first thing they say is but. And she's like, well, I'm not saying but. But. Now, since our audience doesn't have the video, I'm sure a lot of them have seen this. You know
probably not. I didn't know nothing about it until you emailed it.
Well, I'm sure some of the people who listen have seen it. Now,
I know y'all listen. It's okay.
Since they haven't, since you've seen it, right? Now.
Oh, and it's on WorldStarHipHop.
Yeah.
I didn't forget.
Yeah, it's not like he put it out there like that.
No, WorldStar did that. They because they raggedy. I'm listening.
So now I know, at least I've come to observe that black women don't like to put each other down in any context, like as far as like on the stage, because that's where a lot of the beef I heard coming in is like, no black man should ever do that to a black woman like that. But here's the thing. I know black women say that when it's like, okay, we trying to look a certain way right now. This isn't like us fighting in the street somewhere.
Right.
But, so like, because they'll say, I don't want to judge another black woman's looks and stuff like that. So I'm not going to ask you to judge her looks. She already said she's a 5. Right? I'm going to just say, now, if you had a homegirl who looked whatever you thought was like super fine and, you know, didn't have a lot of the precursors he stated, because he didn't say oh, you're out, you're ruled out because you got a kid. He goes, you got a kid with a crazy baby daddy.
With a so-so baby daddy, I think he said.
Yeah. And it's like, so he's like, your baby ain't your 13-year-old ain't the issue, it's the daddy.
Okay.
Who's the issue.
Okay.
And men don't want to deal with that.
I ain't mad at him.
You know what I'm saying? Well, no, that was what he was saying.
I ain't mad at him.
Right. So it's like, well, if you had a homegirl who you thought looked dope
Okay.
and made okay money and didn't have a so-so / crazy baby daddy, and then someone like this was trying to compare herself to that friend, like, would you put them on the same level, or would you think your friend was a couple notches? And I'm using, like, imaginary friends so there's no actual bias.
I got you.
So, would you put them on the same level since they both black women? Or would you be like, well, my friend way finer and she ain't got no crazy baby daddy. I don't care if you make 6 figures, she better than you.
What does the money got to do with being a better person?
Because her whole criteria for qualifying for a 6-figure dude is she got 6 figures.
No, me, you're so right. You're so right.
So it ain't your friend's looks or either non-existent or easy to deal with baby daddy. Is she got a good soul?
See? Wait a minute. All right. I don't like this kind of stuff.
Well, see, that's why I say it's a communication gap. Because when men talk about this stuff, we're very objective.
Okay.
Like, even on personal stuff. Because we don't take, like, when I say, like, oh, does she look good? It's like, okay, do you think she look good? Boom. Does she have a job that you cool with? Not how much does she make. But, like, if you cool with your girl stripping and she a stripper, then, boom, you okay with that. So she qualifies. If you one of these guys who's like, I don't want anyone to ever see my woman naked in life. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, oh, you one of those crazy dudes. Then you probably would disqualify a woman who strips.
Okay.
Versus someone who's like, I don't care. She's fine to me.
Okay.
It'll say, so are you cool with her job? Do you like her looks? And does she make you happy? Those are like our 3 qualifiers.
Okay.
You know? But I've heard women with their qualifiers. You know what I'm saying? It's like they want to do at a certain education level, a certain income level, and it varies for every woman. I'm not saying like it has to be, Harvard degree.
Okay, but you also, this is my thing. For every woman who has that, there's also another woman who don't give a fuck.
But are they considered fine? Right. So a woman like Serena Williams, look how hard it was for Serena Williams. Objectively, by most people's standards, is considered fine and sexy because she's thick. I mean, there's some people who don't because they don't like thick women.
Right.
But even if you don't like thick women, she's not like, jiggly thick. She's tone thick.
Okay, I'm only like.
Yeah, she makes massive amounts of money. She loves to travel. She's tall, but she's not like 7 foot tall.
Right,
she's not 6'5".
Right.
She's just taller for a woman. No kids. No crazy exes that we know about. No bad family history because it would have came out. Like on paper, she's a perfect woman by most people's standards.
Okay.
Couldn't get a man to save her damn life.
Okay.
Which is why everyone said, oh, something wrong with her then.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because she was trying. It's not like she was like, if it happens, it happens. She was like, what's wrong with these dudes? And it's like, yeah.
The wrong one.
Right. So she ended up, by her standards, settling.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Even though she still married a millionaire, by her standards, she settled because he didn't meet her other criteria. And everyone kept telling her, your criteria is too high, even though on paper she's perfect. So it's like, yeah. I didn't see Serena being like, I'll take an ugly broke nigga from the projects because he got a good soul.
Okay.
But, so, you know how me and your daddy will joke with you and say, that's why you don't see a lot of homeless women.
Right.
I'm not saying they don't exist.
Right.
But by and large, you typically see a homeless person as a dude, right?
Right.
I looked into it. California's got the most homeless people.
Okay. Okay.
in the country.
Are you serious?
In the country.
Damn.
70% of homeless people are men.
Oh. Okay.
Which goes back to me and your daddy's jokes of, you could be homeless, and if you look good enough, somebody will pull over on the side of the road and be like, you want a new life? Now, you may not like the way they give it to you. You know what I'm saying? You might be like, oh, no, you creepy, or, oh, you going to try to do some funny stuff. I'm not down with that.
Right.
Or you like, oh, you just want to use me for sex, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm.
But you going to have that happen more than once. If you a dude and you homeless for 3 days, that's your life now.
Yeah,
Like,
I seen a movie with Ice-T, and he was homeless, and he thought he had ran into somebody that was good, and they took him in, and they were trying to hunt his black ass. So, okay.
Yeah.
And that's what they did was hunt homeless men.
Yeah, because you homeless for 3 days as a man, that's your life now. Like, you ain't getting out of that. You could be on the streets for 10 years as a woman. As long as you look good enough that one day, someone going to be like, you know what? I love your spirit, and God sent me.
See? You said it. See?
Mm-hmm.
See? Your spirit.
It just so happened that she had a fat ass, too. And she wiped the crust out of her eyes that day.
Oh, my God.
And when I could prove it, because I've known dudes who peep homeless females.
Oh, my God. Why are we talking about?
So it goes back to my point of like, so, cause I heard one person like try to relate.
This is what happens when I let this man take over and talk, y'all. Like, I don't let this man and I'm just sitting here like, what in the
Well, my point was, she has a set standard, and it's like in her mind on paper she should qualify.
Okay.
Just like on paper, Serena was perfect.
Okay.
But if she ain't actually applying for the right job,
Right.
you know, like on paper, she might qualify to be like
on
the
paper.
CEO.
Trump didn't qualify, but he got the job. I'm not saying he came back, but he got a shot. That's what I'm saying. Don't kill this girl's hopes. She might. She just going to the wrong places. That's my point.
Right. He could have advised her.
That's all I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's all. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Since he is an advice giver.
Right.
But his advice was be more realistic. Because he didn't say you'll never get a dude. He said, why can't you have an average dude? Because he's like, to men, your bank account don't matter. So you're not above average to a man.
Okay.
Versus no matter how fine you
Well,
are.
maybe it's because she want to make sure that she ain't buying her gifts like Stedman buying Oprah's.
Yeah, because you know she get that dude that charge cards.
Right.
They have a joint credit card, I'm sure.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Because when I was a kid, my mama used to give me, had set me up to the little counter at whatever the department store was we was going to at the time, and go pick out her perfume for her birthday.
See?
And then she would just walk over and acknowledge that she was paying for it, and then she'd walk away.
Yeah. We know who was paying for it. It's kind of like when you give like your parents a gift and you put your grandkids down. They know good goddamn well them grandkids ain't got no money. They don't know where the fuck that gift came from. Like, come on, man. Like, oh, the baby got you this. Oh, word. The 6-month-old, what was they out there doing? Pull a cement? What's up? Like, this was an extravagant ass gift. What's up?
Right.
So, yeah, okay. All right, man. He didn't have to talk about it like that still. He hurt my feelings.
Let me ask you as a woman then. Because she thinks she's comparing apples to apples.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I make this level of income. I want a dude to make this level of income.
Mm-hmm.
Why can't I make that happen?
Mm-hmm.
Now, not trying to sound too biased, but I think you fine as hell, and I'm sure other people do too who've seen you.
Yeah, no, they don't.
So my question would be, if a dude rolled up to you before we got married and was like, man, you fine, I'm fine, we need to be together. Your follow-up would be like, oh, well, what do you do? Like, do you go to school? Are you working? You have a follow-up question, right?
I would.
And if his response was like, don't worry about that, I'm fine though.
No. How do you support yourself?
Because I'm fine.
Okay, so where's your vehicle?
So at what point would you get mad at his response being, but I'm fine?
By the time he said it.
Okay, so she walked up to a dude and was like, You know that money you don't give a fuck about? I got plenty of it.
Maybe she needs to go be with a woman. They care.
Hey, I'm not putting it. That wasn't my. Hey, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I'm just saying I didn't say it in case anyone gets aggravated. It's
Well,
I mean, I'm a co-host.
It's almost 2021. I can open up your mind.
Hey, the brat did it. The brat did it.
Look, she was been doing it. She just acting
know
like
what?
she doesn't. Stop playing with me. Please. I'm mad Medea didn't already have her farewell, because if she didn't, you know she would have had that in the play. I'm a lying ass. She would have made a whole little play just to address that.
And Medea would have caught a bottle across the side of her face.
Right. Ooh, my son is so wrong. Oh man. So am I the only one who you tell when you tell your kids like don't eat certain things because you know that's what you're gonna survive off of and depend on? They turn around and go eat that shit anyway. Damn, man. Y'all, I'm so sorry.
Oh.
He ate my banana.
I figured that when I saw you walk to the fruit bowl.
Oh gosh, I'm over here like I just want some fruit. I'm sorry. Y'all know I have to get off topic. Y'all know how I am if you've been listening to me on any episode. So, that is our segment for today. Fucking this guy, I really wanted to talk about that. Like, I kind of wanted to go over his little stuff, but you kind of turned my mind a little bit. Like, that was crazy. That was a good one. I don't know, y'all. Y'all tell us what y'all think about that one. Is it okay to approach a man as a woman and be like, hey, I got all of this money, be with me. You got this money, I got this money. Is that okay? Or I'm fine, you fine, be with me. Like, Is that okay just to have that and that alone? That one little stipulation? Or do you think it takes more qualifiers to actually build some type of relationship? I think yes.
I mean, I think so, because, I mean, I was always very arrogant about my looks, but I feel like I married up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to bring some extra stuff to the table besides a pretty face.
You better fucking believe it, sir.
See? So
that's why I ain't put myself on blast. I know. I ain't gonna tell y'all my standards. Y'all might hate me. Like, damn, bitch. No, but let us know what you think. How many qualifiers? 1? Is there none? 10? How many qualifiers should you have when it comes down?
I would love for somebody to lie and say they ain't got no qualifiers.
I think these are people. I don't. If you one of those people out there who says you ain't got no qualifiers, we want to know from you especially. So go ahead and hit us up, voicemail, email. Per usual, you can be able to find our contact information at www.casarasnailcreations.com. You can also, just depending on what podcast.
If you're listening on Anchor, you could leave a voicemail message for us, and we'll even play your question.
There you go, what he said. That's what he said. So we got email. There's all different ways to be able to contact us, especially under the contact us page on casarasnailcreations.com. Once again, we want to thank you guys for listening to us all across the world. And men, guess what? We know you are out there listening to us because you are 48% of our listeners. So to shout out to the men. Woo, 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 woo. Good job for listening. Tell your girls to listen too. So if you a man out there, tell your sister to listen, tell your grandmama to listen, tell your mama to listen. Also let them know I cuss. So if they go to church and all that good stuff, let them know, you know what, she cuss a little bit, but she good people.
Church people are the biggest cussers I've ever met.
Oh, okay.
Just not inside the actual building.
Okay. Don't play me inside the church building, please. And as I always say before I leave up off this thing, love, peace, and keep your nails on fleek.
Yeah.